Hi guys, Drew here, back with another video doing another Growlers review as usual. And in this game, guys, the Growlers stay alive and win the game 4-1 against the Florida Everblades. This game was a must-win game for the Growlers if they wanted to keep the series in hand, as they did, winning 4-1 over the Everblades. Currently makes the series 2-1 Florida. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens as we come back to the Mary Brown Center for Game 4 this Thursday night at NBC. The goal for the Growlers in this game, Keenan Southers opening up the scoring. He gets his 7th of the playoffs. Southers has just been unbelievable in this year's playoffs, considering he's 6'8" as well. Makes him a really great player. Oren Centazzo as well scores for the Growlers, his 5th of the playoffs. Doesn't seem like Centazzo only has 5 goals this playoffs. Seems like he had more than that, but hey, Centazzo has been a pretty decent player for the Growlers in this year's playoffs. Todd Skirving gets another goal for the Growlers, his 7th of the playoffs. He seemed to be vibing in this Florida series. I'm sure he likes it down in Florida, as all the Growlers probably do. And he seems to be tucking some in for the Growlers, as he had like 3 goals in 2 games, I believe. But that's pretty good for Todd. And then Isaac Johnson ends off scoring with his 6th of the playoffs. Johnson in this game, I feel like, could have been the biggest X factor for the Growlers. Zach Solo is also another one. The one goal for Florida went to Blake Winicky, but as a Growlers fan, let's call him Blake Winicky. I don't know. But Dryden McKay, talking about Dryden McKay. Dryden McKay was not into the net for this game. Luke Kavlin got the job between the pipes, and he played lights out for the Newfoundland Growlers. 30 saves in this game, only letting one. And to have him come in and play way better than McKay has played in the past few games, absolutely incredible for Luke. If I'm Wellwood watching this game, I'm definitely putting him in for Game 4. That was an unbelievable game for Luke Kavlin. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens to the Growlers. I'm gonna mention the Growlers playoff record because I feel like I haven't done this yet. The Growlers are 9-3-0-1 in this year's playoff. They have one OT loss to Florida, which was the last of the game. Do you guys see a comeback coming for the Growlers, or do you think Florida has this series in hand? I'm going to say if the Growlers do lose Thursday night, we're going to have to get a little worried because Florida's going to have to win one game just to take the series. But if the Growlers can somehow be able to tie up the series, I'm sure Growlers Nation will be really excited for that. To tie up the series and maybe win Sunday. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with the Growlers squad. I believe in this Growlers squad. They definitely know how to play hockey. But talking about not playing hockey, at near the end of the second period, I don't even know what really happened. It was like Zach Solo and Tyler Irvine, Isaac Johnson, and Thomas Hickey, I believe his name was. Hickey, I know his last name was Hickey for the Everblades. But there was just a giant scrum. I think it all started off with Calvin. He got pretty mad. I believe it was Tyler Irvine he got into. Irvine has been unbelievable in this year's playoffs for Florida. And Luke Calvin just got really mad at something, I guess. And then Oliver LeBlanc comes over like a madman and tackles one of the Growlers players. I believe either tackled him or I think it was Solo that tackled down Irvine. And then Johnson tackled down one of Florida's players. And then Hickey came up to pick up Johnson and basically ragdolled him down to the ice. I'm sure Florida fans could have been a little excited for that one. To be honest, do you guys remember the time when Melindy played against Maine and he basically ragdolled Tyler Heinem? I'm sure all Growlers fans are complaining about that play, but to be honest, the Tyler Heinem play was definitely a little more similar to that play. I'm not going to complain too much about that. I mean, it's kind of understandable. I mean, if you're having a giant scrum, you might as well go after a player and try to see what you can do with them. But yeah, there was in that one play, so it was 50.5 seconds left into the third period. 64 penalty minutes were given to all players combined. That is unbelievable. Trevor Wolford, I'm just saying, he refed into this game. There were some players on that ice that I don't think deserved any penalty. I believe Johnson and Solo both got misconducts for 10-minute misconducts for that, and a 4. I don't know what you're thinking, buddy. Just give them like a 5 for fighting or something like that. Don't give them misconduct in a 4. that I don't know about that. I'm sure there were some other Florida players that got a game misconduct. Don't give them game misconduct. I believe the only guy that really deserved a get misconduct out there was Hickey. But besides that, there was nothing really really roughening it up. But I don't know. Like, will we see a suspension by the end of the day? I don't think so. I don't think there's gonna be another suspension by the end of the day. Anybody who's gonna get suspended, it'll either be Hickey or like Solo. I don't see Calvin getting suspended at all. But what do you guys think about that play? You can definitely comment down below or message me and let me know. But the Growlers do end up taking the W 4-1. The both goals were all 4 goals were between the first and second period. There were no third period goals. Florida ended up getting a third period goal. The Newfoundland Growlers had a 28 shot game, and Cam Johnson made 24 of those saves. And also, Cam Johnson stepped on one of the Growlers' helmets. I'm not too sure why he did that. He walked over to the helmet. He's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna do this." I don't know if he did it for fun. I don't know if he did it because he was mad. But Cam Johnson, definitely a goalie who should be in the AHL. Cam Johnson is a name that Florida definitely knows well. He's been a stud for Florida. I believe he won MVP of the playoffs last year when the Everblades ended up winning the 2022 Kelly Cup. And will they do it again this year? We're gonna have to wait and see what happens though. So that's pretty much gonna be it for the guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you do like this video, you can subscribe if you really liked it. Game 4 will be coming up, the Mary Brown Center. Looking meh. So make sure to get your tickets down at the Mary Brown Center box office or go to their website, marybrowncenter.ca. And it's gonna be a packed house, and I can't wait to see it against the Everblades. Game 4 is coming up, and I'll see you guys again when the Growlers. Will they win? Will they lose? Will the Everblades take the 3-1 lead, or will we tie the series up? That's it for the guys, and I'll talk to you all again soon.